I can already tell by looking at my screen, this one's going to be kind of tough to record. This is the TSAO Baltimore Pilot Recon. Very, very cool watch. As you can clearly tell, there are a lot of different colorways for this particular model, and you have the option of the, coated, more raw look to the titanium, grade 2 titanium, or you can get the black coated, DLC coated variants in most of the colorways. I'll put a link down below. I don't think I'm going to put the link directly to this particular watch. I think I'm going to put the link to the Pilot portion of the TSAO Baltimore page, and you can scroll down and you can look, because maybe the full lumen orange is not your jam. Maybe the purple one's really cool. There's some almost like kaleidoscope looking ones. Of course, there's a black one and a white one. There's plenty of options. There's sure to be something that is going to resonate with your taste for sure. But real quick, I have to say big thanks to Alan at TSAO Baltimore, the owner, Alan Zhao, for helping me get this one, because what I do typically when I go to watch shows, I always try to pick up a watch while I'm there. Oh, I gotta show you this real quick too. There's no play on this crown. This is a 9mm signed crown, and there is no play on this. I am so impressed with the construction of this watch and the wearability of it that I just absolutely love it. So this was the watch that I ended up leaving the DC District Time show with. This was the one that I picked. Like I said, when I go to these shows, I at least try to pick up one watch one way or another, and this one was the one at DC District Time. Obviously the orange, the full Lume orange dial. I'm a Lume junkie. On top of that, I like the orange dial watches, so this one checks a lot of boxes. The real question was, because there's a GMT variant, a world time GMT variant for a very similar, it's a little bit thicker, that are also available in a lot of different colors. But the real question to me was, I wanted this one, the non-GMT, but I wasn't sure if I wanted the regular brushed, titanium case, or if I wanted the DLC. I ended up going with this one. I think DLC, grade 2 titanium, full lume, really well built at a price point of only $750. I feel like you're getting a heck of a lot of watch for the money. That's just where I landed, because yeah, DLC holds up really good. Anyway, let's cover the watch. Dang it, I'm talking too much. It's basically a 40 mil. I measure at 39.7, but basically 40 mil. The lug to lug is a 48. You can see the side of the case profile is stylized. Very popular within the lineup of TSAO Baltimore. Is most of the watches you're going to see is I wore this one today, the Legacy. Very similar profile on the side of the case and everything. Even the Natty Bow that I have is very similar in case shape as well. I didn't grab that one, but anyway. Thickness 13.8mm. It has a boxed double dome sapphire crystal. It's a slight dome, but it is there. 20mm lug opening, and the bracelet tapers down to 18mm. I already mentioned the 9mm massive Pilot oversized crown. And then, of course, it is a pin and tube construction for the bracelet sizing. I still haven't sized this one. I've been wearing it on a rubber strap. And then you have a toolless on-the-fly quick adjust for the bracelet. You just push down there and you adjust it in and out however you need it to. So very clean. And of course you have the signed clasp there as well with the Baltimore flag. Baltimore Watch Company, TSAO Baltimore. As well as a display case back showing off the Miyota 9015 movement. And then a little bit of fancy work there with the movement holder in orange. TSAO is actually, they have a lot of orange watches. I hear the word on the street is Alan Zhao actually likes orange and purple and stuff like that. And those are colors that I really like, that resonate with me as well. So it's cool to see a brand kind of gravitating towards those colors, because it makes it easy for me, that's for sure. A lot of SKUs in this lineup, actually. A lot of different colors and options. Quick release spring bars on the bracelet. It does come with a kind of a hybrid strap here where it's some sort of fabric material up top and then rubber on the bottom. This is what I was wearing it on. I switched over to like a strap habit one though. But all of these are great options. I do need to get this bracelet sized up because it would be really nice to have the bracelet configured as well. With all of the links, it weighs 123 gram. It'll reduce once I take like 2 out of each side, 2 or 3 out of each side, because there's plenty of extra links with this guy. I'm a 7 1/4 inch wrist, so those with really much larger wrists than I do are asking, will the bracelet fit me? Yeah, I'm thinking it will. Probably up to like 8.5 maybe. I mean, it'll go. It's got all the links. So if you have an 8.5 inch wrist, you probably don't even need to size this thing. You probably just put it on and good to go. From what I could tell on the website, it looks like most of these colorways in this Baltimore Pilot Recon model are limited to 50 watches. So that's pretty small batch. I know their cases are all going to be the same and everything, but the colorways, from what I could tell, it looks like there's only going to be like 50 of each colorway. And you have a color match date wheel as well. And then down at the bottom, I think it's really cool. You have the Baltimore, Maryland. I think I'm like kind of right in between a date change. Yeah, I didn't want that to be all like off-centered in the window. Okay, there we go. So I love it when the brands are bold enough to put where the watch is, representing. So it's a Baltimore, Maryland, right on the bottom there. Very cool. I like that. I'd like to see more of that in the industry. We see it often on the case backs, like US or American or USA assembled, or we'll see like, LA designed, stuff like that. I love seeing that, like we're not unrealistic. We know that, this movement is a Japan movement, and we know that the other parts for the watch are sourced from different countries, usually over towards like China or in China. So, yeah, I mean, that's all watches, right? So it's really cool. Like a lot of these watches are assembled in the US. Like this one's probably assembled in Baltimore. And even this guy here, the Legacy series, the movement itself is actually constructed, assembled in Baltimore by a watchmaker. So that has a special movement in it. That one's really cool. I really like having that one. I think I covered everything. The lume on this is, like I said, it's full lume. And then there's going to be some blue lume, which I think is CX1 or something. I don't know all these new letters and numbers for these newer lume complications here. It is a 200-meter water resist watch as well. So pretty excited about that. And just for the contrast, so you can maybe kind of tell the color, I'm looking at it at the lens, and it looks a little more pumpkin-y like on this here. It lends itself to being a little bit more like highlighter type orange. It's pretty bright. It's pretty vivid. Like here it is next to like a Doxa, just for a reference. What else do I have that's orange that's laying around? I mean, this isn't exactly, but the Notice orange that's on a coin. But so you can kind of get a general idea of it is much brighter orange than what you see on most watches for sure. Let me do the lume shot here because the lume shot is phenomenal. I mean, it's like almost too bright for the camera. It has a hard time picking it up, and it lasts a while too. Very impressive. I mean, it checks all the boxes for me. Like if you talk about, certain watches need to check boxes, if you're that type of person when you're looking at watches, I tend to not do that. I basically look at the watch and I'm like, do I like it? Yes. Okay. Can I afford it? Yes. No. And I just go from there. Those are the boxes I'm checking. But when you throw a titanium, DLC, a full lume orange, or just an orange dial, like you're like, you're playing my song. So like, I'm definitely going to take a look for sure. So thank you, Alan, at TSAO Baltimore Watch, for creating some awesome watches. I always look forward to the next one because I know there's going to be a splash of orange somewhere. See you guys on the next vid.